Hey folks, Dad here with Elevation Diecast Racing. Instead of the afternoon, it is Pedal to the Metal 3 for Saturday night, where we'll be having this 16-car bracket race. There is a driver for each car, some multiple drivers. This ought to be a good race. So without any further ado, in lane number 1, driving the first of two side splitters, Dennis Taylor and Helium Gas, taking on the Spectra Flame Firebird Funny Car from the Classic Series, driven by Hot Rod Customs Racing. Let's see who gets down the lane first. Woo! Side splitter 2076. We'll swap them. Already going sub 208. Yeah, side splitter with a 2071. He'll be moving on. All right, next up in lane 1, another one from the Hot Wheels Classics. It's the 1969 Dodge Charger, driven by Mick Olson and Rez Wheels, taking on the funny car Bonneville. From the Speed Spray series, driven by Northern Roads Racing, Aramis Rodriguez, and Redline Salvage Inc. Oh, man. 2062. I don't think we'll need to run those again. That'll be a one and done victory. The Bonneville moving on. All right, 3 chances to win with this one for the ones that picked anything out of the 3-pack. American Spirit. First off, in lane number 1 from the Dash for Cash series, it is the Ferrari F40, driven by Griffin Soul Diecast Motorsports and Dad's Race Team of Elevation Diecast Racing, taking on the T-Bucket from the American Spirit 3-pack, driven by J.C. Hayes. Let's see who takes it down the lane first. Ferrari with a one-and-done victory. 2087 will move them on. Next up in lane number 1, it's the Martin Funny Car. Team Martin Racing. Another Firebird, driven by the Chase Family Racing, Kirk Parker, and Zelda Diecast Racing. They'll be taking on the Funny Car from the American Spirit 3-pack or 4-pack, driven by Bathurst Diecast Racing. We have not had a tight race yet. One and done victory, 2080 to 214. I just, that's a funny car. I mean, it looks really nice. It should be fast. But man, it's not. Redbird moving on to round 2. Okay, next up, another one from the Hot Wheels Classics in lane number 2. It is the Roger Dodger, driven by Chaz D, taking on the truck from the 3-pack or 4-pack. And that's driven by Isaiah's Race Team of Elevation Diecast Racing. And the truck, 2106. We'll switch lanes and see if that Roger Dodger will wake up. Pretty much the closest race we've had so far. Not a blowout, but the truck will move on with a 2103. Next 2 staged and ready. In lane number 1, it is the Other Side Splitter, driven by Sam Ace and Diecast Show Customs. And in lane number 2, it is going to be the other Firebird Funny Car, the Powerbird Funny Car, driven by Hippie Wild Child Racing, Keith Lipiak, and Navi Ridge Diecast. Ooh. I don't know what's up with this guy. Wheels roll fine. We'll run them again. See what happened. 2087 by the Powerbird. It's going to be a tough number to beat. And go figure. I think that the front wheels might be rubbing when he gets down the track. I'm not sure. But that funny car is out. Moving on is the Powerbird. All right, up next, another race I've been looking forward to In lane number 1, driving Team Handy Firebird Funny Car, driven by Cut Rocker Diecast, Scale Racing Channel, and Craigster Nelson Sr. Taking on from the Super Chrome series, it's the School Bus, driven by Keith Smith, 7th Avenue Diecast, Bavarian Diecast Racing, and Joe Clayton. Should be a good race. It is 2:08.0 to 9.5. Let's see if the bus can punch back. He does have a slight advantage off the line. Let's see if he can use it. He gets him out of the gate, but Team Handy chases him down and will be moving on to the next round. All right, last race of the first round. In lane number 1 from the Sugar Rush series, it is everybody's favorite, the Hershey's Funny Car, driven by Michael Larson. And in the other lane is the other Firebird Funny Car, driven by Tyler Thurston. Let's see who gets down the lane first. Good race. 2:08.2 to 8.5. We'll switch them. That's the closest race we've had so far. 2:08.2 laid down by the Hershey's Funny Car. Good race. 2:08.1. We'll take them to the next round. All right. The ones moving forward are ahead. Let's roll. All right, round number 2. It's the Splatter Paint Funny Car taking on Team Bonneville. Let's see who gets down there first. Bonneville this time with a 2:05.8 to 6.3. Oh my Lanta. Splatter Paint needs to beat a 2:05.8 or he is going to race another day. 2:05.8 again by the Bonneville moves him on. That's going to be a tough number to top. Okay, it's only one of 2 vehicles moving on to this second round that are not a funny car. It's the Ferrari F40 taking on the Martin Funny Car. Ferrari getting out, but a 10,000s beat by the Funny Car. Let's switch them up. Can the Ferrari pull the upset and beat the Funny Car? Not today. Funny Car moving on. All right, it's the truck from the 4-pack, American Spirit, taking on the Powerbird Funny Car. Let's see if the truck can be the only one making it into the next round. 2:08.3 to 9.6. We'll switch them up. Looks like it's going to be another Firebird Funny Car. Oh yeah, 2:08.2 takes him into round number 3. And it's the Hershey Funny Car taking on Team Handy. Let's see who gets down the lane first. Woo! Tight race. Let's switch lanes. Team Handy needs to beat 2:07.1 or he is out. Can he do it? No! Hershey's Funny Car pulls a 2:07.2 in the opposite lane, and he'll move on to the semis. So that Funny Car, that school bus, and believe it or not, these are the ones that are out, but they will all get a shot. Can't believe that one's out. They'll get a shot, though, at the case ranks at a later time. But for right now, here are your semifinals. Who's going to be? All right, one's going to the finals, one's going to the race for third. It's the Bonneville taking on Martin Racing. What a race. Bonneville with a 2:05.7 already. Wow, let's switch lanes. Martin Funny Car needs to beat a 2:05.7. I don't see it happening. 2:06.0 moves the Bonneville to the final round. All right, let's see who's going to meet the Bonneville. Should be a good race. Hershey's Funny Car taking on the Powerbird. Whew! 2:07.8. Can the Powerbird pull off a 2:07.8? I didn't think so. 2:07.4 moves the Hershey's Funny Car to the final race. All right, so it's the Powerbird taking on Martin Racing for third spot on the podium. Good race, Martin with a 207.6. 207.6. Martin is going to definitely take it with a 207.3. And here is your final race. The first car to win 3 races will be your overall winner for the night. It comes down to the Hershey's Funny Car and the Pontiac Bonneville. Race 1. Bonneville 205.9. Race 2. Bonneville all the way, almost gapping. The Hershey Funny Car Force. A 4th race. I'm having my doubts. And the Bonneville Funny Car taking the overall win. And the fastest run after switching lanes will be your official 2nd and 3rd place. So Martin and Hershey's duking it out for the 2nd spot on the podium. What a race! Martin with a 207.4. Let's go. Hershey Funny Car needs to beat a 207.4. He's going to the 3rd spot on the podium. And he gets it done. 207.0. Wow. Good race. And there you have it. Your overall winner of Pedal to the Metal 3 in the Bonneville Funny Car, driven by Northern Roads Racing, Aramis Rodriguez, and Redline Salvage Inc. Taking the number 2 spot tonight is the Martin Racing Funny Car, driven by the Chase Family Racing, Kirk Parker, and Zelda Diecast Racing. And our 3rd place winner in the Sugar Rush Series, Hershey's Funny Car, driven by Michael Larson. Congratulations if you picked our placeholders in this week's Decide Your Ride race. So thank you to all who picked a car in this race. Better luck next time if you did not make it past the 1st round or the 2nd round. So I want to know, just like anybody else might want to know, the Bonneville 72.4 grams won't qualify for the upcoming tournament, but we're going to see what he does against the top tier. Let's put him up against our gatekeeper, which is the Maserati Ghibli. We'll see how he does. The Ghibli's either in or out. Can he hold off the Bonneville? Think not. 205.8. Maserati Ghibli with one more chance to wake up, and I don't think it's going to happen. No. So the Ghibli will be moving on to the 41 to 50 weight class. He'll probably be number 1 in that rank. We'll soon find out. So with times like that, we're not going to mess with the back 9 here. Let's roll him up against the Murata Stalker, who finds himself at number 4 after a tune-up at the speed shop. Let's see how he's running today. Not as fast as that Bonneville. Oh my Lanta. He's slowed down. I have to diagnose the Muratas now with bipolar. There he goes. Not enough though. So the Bonneville moving up. Sitting at number 3 is the number 13 Solaire Ultra Hot. Really close race. 5.9 to 6.1. Solaire needs a 5.9 and a greater than 2,000 speed to keep his spot. He's got the jump, but the Bonneville drives right around him. Now sitting at number 2, my only untreated vehicle in my entire fleet, Black with Flames Camaro. Whew, he might get a treatment after that race. Let's switch him. 205.8 and a greater than 6,000 speed. This Camaro has done it before. He has the current Johnny Lightning record at a 205.2, so he is capable. Just not tonight. Bonneville facing the number 1, which is a very fast version of a car that ran slow tonight. You're about to see the difference. Some of these cars come fast, some of these cars do not. What a race. And the Bonneville gets him by 1. Are you kidding me? 205.9 and a 1,000th advantage. Can the Bonneville take the #1 spot in the top tier? He does. He does. With the faster time in the first. Let's run him one more time, just because. Oh! Now the side splitter comes back. 205.9 to 60. So here's what we're going to do. Fastest lap after lane swap. Single pass in each lane. Fastest time will be #1. Run 1. 206.5. 206.0. Bonneville needs to beat a 206.0 to claim the #1 spot. He does it in that pass, 205.8. So the Pontiac Bonneville reaching the #1 spot by a couple of ticks. I'm not disappointed, and we'll definitely be looking to lunchtime laps as well as my newfound friend, the shorts videos, to see what else these cars that won tonight's race, among others, what they will do in their respective weight classes. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the race tonight from all of us over here at Elevation Diecast Racing. If it isn't fast, maybe it belongs in the junkyard. See ya.